Hey, hey. Welcome everybody to Miss Glow's Kitchen, where there's sugar, spice, and everything nice, where we slice, dice, and entice, using everything we can, from peppers to allspice. What's up, my people? Y'all know what time it is? See y'all in the kitchen. Peach cobbler is on our menu today. Here's what we need to make it. We'll need pie crust. I'll show you how to make that, and I have a video that shows you how to make it. Okay, you need a large can of peaches, 1 to 2 depending on how much you're going to make. Double this recipe if you're going to make a big batch of this. Alright, so you need sugar, flour, butter, lemon juice, vanilla extract. You need egg wash for the crust, and you need extra sugar for the crust too. Alright, and that's it. So y'all know what I always say, ain't nothing to it but to do it. So let's get to it. Alright, so before we jump into this, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share, bell for notifications, and if you're coming back, I do thank you for watching. Alright, into a pot, put that large can of peaches, or 2, if that's what you're using. But like I said, if you're going to use 2 cans, then double the recipe with the rest of the ingredients. Alright? Make it easy on yourself. I made a small one for 2 to 3 people, so I didn't have to have a lot. 3/4 cup of sugar, white sugar. If you want to use brown sugar right here, you can. It'll work. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. Yes, this is my mama's recipe. Tablespoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of butter. This is my mama's old southern peach cobbler, baby. 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Alright, 1/8 cup of flour. Alright, because that's going to thicken our mixture up. So what we're going to do now here is we're just going to let this boil and cook until it thickens. So that's what you see happening here. Very, very quick motion. It's going to boil, and it's going to be very, very thick. So it's going to be ready to go into our crust. Now, what you want to do here is you want to roll out your crust. So if the way that I did the pie crust, we're going to do a double crust peach cobbler here. So the cobbler, the pie dough was cut in half. So what you want to do is you want to take that half and roll it into a ball. Alright, so you want to sprinkle a little bit of flour on your surface. In this case, I'm going to use my countertop. Alright, so I'm going to flatten this out into a disc so I can start rolling it, but you want to put a little flour on both sides. Now you see I'm spreading it out. You don't want to put too much flour. But if it starts sticking to your rolling pin, or if you even have a glass in the shape of a cylinder, use that. So the same shape as this rolling pin, you want to roll it out. So make sure you put a little bit of flour onto that glass or that rolling pin, whatever you're using, but use whatever you have. It'll work. We rolled it out plenty of times with my mama using a drinking glass. Plenty of times, baby, and it worked. So you roll out with whatever you have to roll it out with. Alright, so you want to roll it out to the size of whatever you're using. So I am using a square pan. That's what I'm using. Alright, I'm going to use a square pan. So I'm going to try to eyeball it, measure it, and roll it out so it fits down in there. That's what I'm trying to do. So here, alright, a little bit more flour on there. So if you look at that dough very carefully, you see pieces of butter in that dough. This is a very buttery, flaky pie dough. It is delicious. You'll love it. Trust me. You'll use it time and time again too. So once you learn how to make this, you got it. It's too easy. Way too easy. So as I said, I got a video up, how to make a pie crust. Go on there and check that out. Easy way to make a pie dough. Now, if you don't want to make a pie dough, then you can go to the store and you can buy biscuits. And you can do the same thing I'm doing right here. And that's what we did with my mama. Now, sometimes we rolled out dough. Sometimes we had to roll out biscuits, which was cool because both of them taste good. Or you do the same thing with the biscuits. You roll it out. Same thing I'm doing right here. Cool. We good to go. Alright, it's pretty easy to work with too, so no biggie, no big deal. Peach cobbler is very easy. It's very delicious, but it's a very easy recipe. So once you got that filling done, and then you get your dough done, then you halfway there. Believe me, you halfway there. Alright, so I'm going to cut this into a square, and for 2 reasons. Because number 1, what I did was I measured my pan on there. So if you see the indentation very quickly, you saw me taking the pan away from right there because I measured it. Alright. So you want to cut it bigger than your pan because you want to have some coming up the sides. So this is thick enough. I'm able to press and push some up the side. And either I have this extra dough right here, so I'm able to roll that back out, which I didn't show on here, and then just put like, you know, a few extra pieces around the side. So you can see it's not perfect. I had to work it around there some. So all right, so watch this. Look how thick that mixture is. So that flour, it thickens it up like really, really good. So check that out. All right, so you do want to use a slotted spoon here too. You don't want to put all that juice in, or you're gonna have a runny peach cobbler. You don't want that. So you don't want it runny. You want a thick juice in there with that flaky, buttery crust. Ooh, it's so good. And believe me, as this is cooking, it's going to create some juice in here. So don't trip. Don't think that this is all the juice and you're not going to have enough if you really like a really, really juicy peach cobbler. But it's already thick. But with the little bit that's left in the pot right there, if you did want to put that in, that's cool. That'll work out. So if you like a lot of juice and crust, then yeah, because a lot of people do. People in my family do, so I know. Like a lot, put it in there. All right, very quickly, we rolled it out. Now you're going to cut it into strips, the other one. So you remember you have 2 halves of the dough. So you're going to use this other one to start cutting it into strips. Now, once you get your strips cut, and all of them, then you'll start laying them across your cobbler. Now you want to be careful here too, because remember, if you're going to do a lattice style, then you got to do it up and over, if you know what I mean. So I lay down the first strips and then I'll just start picking these up. And so you'll see very quickly, because I'm going to speed it up, so you'll very quickly see how to make this lattice on top of here. All right. Nope. So all you need to do is see that I laid these out, lifted them up, every other one, laid it on there, and then what I did was I didn't stretch these all the way to the end, if you notice. So since I didn't stretch them all the way to the end, what I did was I went back and I cut 4 more, and I put the other 4 around the edges. So all right, so after 30 minutes, this is what you'll see. It's kind of browning on the top. You see it's bubbling a little bit, looking quite damn delicious. All right, so that's after 30 minutes. Now we're going to cover it with aluminum foil and cook it for 25 more minutes. Well, we'll bake it for 25 more minutes. All right, y'all. I hate that. Oh, that peach cobbler. Whoa. Oh, baby, peach cobbler is after. Oh, y'all. Okay, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Cause see, I'm making that peach cobbler like for my sister. Oops, sorry now. Let me try to dig this out. Dig this off the side. Okay, now I'm about to. Oh Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Okay. Oh Lord, have mercy. That's it. Look at that. Y'all, that is, that bitch is perfect. That bitch is perfect. That bitch is perfect. My mother would be proud. My mother would be like, this is delicious. This smells so good. It smells so good. It's so hot. That's why it's, you know, I usually taste it like on camera, but I promise you, it's so hot. It's too hot to eat. I don't want to burn my tongue. Y'all can smell. It smells so sweet and delicious. You can smell the cinnamon, the nutmeg. You can smell everything. That's so good. If it wasn't so hot, I'd keep eating, but it's so hot, it's like fresh out the oven. But okay, let me do this. Let me at least get a piece of the crust with it. That crust is so buttery and so good. Make this peach cobbler. Go make it. I gotta eat. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time. As always, I appreciate you. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.